Welcome to AI for Business, the podcast where we cover the latest AI news and AI tools that matter. I'm your host, and today we're looking at a privacy issue in Meta's chatbot, a new update to Google Discover that's making news publishers uneasy, and a research push from leading AI labs calling for better ways to observe how AI models think. We'll also check out a LinkedIn growth tool for content creators and end with a simple prompt tip for creating your own talking avatar from just a photo. Let's start with Meta. A security researcher recently discovered a flaw in the Meta AI chatbot that could let users see the prompts and responses of other people. This happened because the system didn't fully check whether someone was allowed to view a certain AI conversation. By changing a number in the browser traffic, the researcher could pull up content that wasn't theirs. The issue was reported in December 2024, and Meta fixed it in January. According to the company, there's no sign anyone took advantage of the bug before it was patched, and the researcher who found it was paid a $10,000 bounty for reporting it privately. Meanwhile, Google is making changes to how it delivers news through its mobile app, and that's raising concern among publishers. The company has begun adding AI-written summaries to the Discover feed, which many people use as their main source for news. Instead of seeing a full headline or snippet from one publication, users now see a short summary that pulls from several outlets. The feature also includes logos of the sources used and a notice that the summary was written by AI and could be wrong. For now, these summaries are focused on lighter topics like entertainment and sports, but the rollout is live in the US for both iOS and Android users. While it might sound like a way to make it easier for users to get a quick sense of what's happening, many publishers say this could reduce the number of people who actually click through to read full articles. That's especially worrying given that traffic from search has already dropped in recent months, with more users getting answers from Google's AI features instead of visiting sites. Discover had been one of the few areas where publishers were still seeing clicks, but if summaries continue to grow in coverage, that might change too. Over in the research world, a new position paper from leaders at OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, and other major groups is calling for deeper study into how we track AI decision-making. The focus is on something called chain of thought, which is the step-by-step process some AI models use to solve problems. This kind of output gives researchers a window into how the model is reasoning, similar to a human writing out their logic to work through a hard question. The authors of the paper argue that this visibility can help make AI agents safer and more predictable, but that it may not always be available, depending on how future models are built. They're urging other researchers to figure out what makes these chains more or less visible, and how to protect that visibility as models continue to evolve. There's growing concern that as models get more advanced, it could become harder to tell how they arrived at an answer, which makes it tougher to catch errors or prevent misuse. Several of the signers on this paper include some of the most influential names in the field, and their message is clear. Now is the time to pay attention to how reasoning models work, before changes in model design make them harder to understand. Today's AI tool to try is Taplio. If you're active on LinkedIn and want to grow your presence without having to come up with new posts every day, Taplio helps you write, schedule, and measure your content all in one spot. It's designed for professionals and creators who want to stay visible without having to manage a bunch of different tools. The platform uses AI to write post ideas based on your voice and lets you quickly respond to trending topics in your field. It also tracks how your content is doing with a deeper look at engagement than what LinkedIn usually provides. Link to try in the description. The prompt tip for today is a quick way to create a digital version of yourself that can speak on camera, all from a single photo. Go to heyden.com, sign up for an account, and use the option labeled Photo to Video with Avatar. Upload a well-lit image of your face, write a short script for what you want to say, and choose a voice. You can even upload your own voice if you've recorded it elsewhere. Once you click Generate, you'll get a short video where your avatar delivers the message. This is great if you want to appear in video content without filming yourself each time, and it's fast enough to use even for one-off messages. That wraps up this episode of AI for Business. If you want to keep up with the latest AI news, go ahead and subscribe so future episodes land right in your feed. If today's show gave you something to think about, share it with a teammate or colleague. And if you've got a moment, a rating or review helps the podcast reach more people. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back tomorrow.